going to try to do another transfer with our gestational carrier soon. We had two failed transfers with PGT tested embryos. Would like to do a natural cycle. Would she just need to do LH strips at home? If so, how often? And when would the transfer be if we have a day 5 embryo? So when doing a natural cycle or a modified natural cycle, we still, we say it's natural, but that doesn't mean that we don't monitor the crap out of you, quite frankly, because we still want to look at those hormone levels. We still want to know everything that's going on, because if the body has a little hiccup and it doesn't do what we want for it to do, then we're going to treat that. So natural doesn't mean, hey, good luck to you. Let us know when you have a birthday party. We're still monitoring everything. It just tells me that the where the hormones are coming from, that they're coming from you instead of coming entirely from the outside. So that's what the natural cycle is. So I would still recommend that we monitor. And when we see that the follicle is of a mature size, that we can trigger the ovulation. What's the advantage of doing that? First of all, there is no disadvantage. There's no decrease in anything or worsening of any kind of outcome. But in fact, what happens there is that when we see that that follicle is mature and we trigger the ovulation, it puts a little bit of control back into your hands in terms of the logistics of that timing, the logistics of that transfer. So in your situation, it's going to be 6 days later after the trigger that you will have your embryo transfer, because that's the amount of time of progesterone that your body needs to get that uterine lining where it's supposed to be. 6 days after the trigger. Plus, when we can monitor and see how the egg is, or rather how the follicle is growing, when I say control over the logistics, well, then we can just sort of make sure that you are not going to be ovulating and then needing to have a transfer on a Sunday, because our clinics aren't open on Sundays. So it gives you a little bit more control over the timing. It also really helps, in terms of planning travel and that sort of thing. So there are some people who prefer to wait and ovulate on their own and just do LH strips at home and tell us about their own ovulation. But if that happens on a Monday, then that means that your transfer would be on a Sunday, and then we're not doing it. So it really monitoring that and triggering gives you a little bit more control.